お帰りなさいませ、ご主人様。
I passed through the May Queen's door for the first time in forever. And it really has been quite a while, hasn't it? In fact, the last time I think we ever actually went there was for Ferris's ending. Ferris runs over to greet me. She suddenly links arms with me. At first, I get a little flustered when something soft touches my elbow. But then, I break into a cold sweat once I feel the murderous glares of the surrounding Ferris fans.
退院したのかにゃ？
ああ、地獄の底から蘇ってきた。
I tear Ferris off of me and take a deep breath.
さすが法王院の血にゃ。不死鳥の名を抱くのは伊達じゃないにゃ。
I see she's still making up her own backstories for people. It boggles the mind that this crazy cat girl is behind the redevelopment of Akihabara. Maybe the world's just messed up.
マユシーは今日はお休みだにゃ。
知っている。
She shows me to my table, where I order iced coffee.
そうそう、メイクインは2号店を出すことが決まったのにゃ。しかも中央通り沿いなのにゃ。すごいにゃ。すごいにゃ。
そうなのか。どうせ再開発計画の責任者の権限を最大限に利用しているんだろ。
No doubt the recent explosion of moe shops is her doing. I think she's just getting a little carried away.
今日ま、これはやらなければいけない使命なのにゃ。萌えの力を今こそこの聖地に集結させることで、奴らの来たるべき大攻勢に備えてるのにゃ。
何？奴らが俺が入院している間に目覚めたというのか。
そうにゃ。京馬がいない隙を突かれたにゃ。奴らの負荷が先か、この町のメイド・オブ・エンブリオが先か、一刻を争うのにゃ。フェイリスもライネット AB の大会に出て必死でカルマの充電に努めてるけど、さすがに一人じゃきついにゃ。
What the heck does she mean by karma? Over the past month, Ferris has started participating in Rhinet Access Battlers tournaments. Ferris is the chairman of the Akihabara Development Project, a high school student, a popular waitress at a maid cafe, the president of the company founded by her father, and the head of the Aki family. She should be incredibly busy, but I guess she couldn't stay away from Rhinet forever. Anyway, she went to her very first official tournament and snatched a dramatic victory. Ferris is even more cheerful than usual now. I guess all it takes to feel fulfilled is to do the things you'd like to do.
狂気のマッドサイエンティスト、どうかお願いにゃ。奴らをこの町に近づけさせたら全てが汚れてしまうにゃ。
I don't know, that world line wasn't exactly the most exciting one.
やむを得ないな。そういうことならば俺も契約の履行をせねばなるまい。そうだ、これを渡しておこう。
にゃ。
I take a pen out of my pocket and present it to Ferris.
これは京馬、いつの間にこれを手に入れたのにゃ。
入院している間に
心の試練を乗り越えたというのかにゃ。やっぱり京馬は大した男にゃ。
Well, obviously. I don't really get what's going on, so I just nod for now.
ラボメンナンバー007のピンバッジだ。どうしても俺の助けが欲しいときは、そのピンバッジを握りしめて、ラ・ヨダ・スタセラと唱えるがいい。
Ferris and I smile at each other. And then we high five.
ありがとにゃ。未来ガジェット研究所は秋葉の希望にゃ。今度遊びに行ってもいいかにゃ。
ああ、もちろんだ。誰も喜ぶだろ。
007. Guard that designation with your life. If ever you're in need of assistance, cleave to that pin. And chant La Yoda Stella.
When I get back to the lab, I'm startled to find an unexpected visitor. Oh, hi there. We haven't seen you in a while.
よ、岡部。おめえ退院したのか？
ええ、まあ。
Tenoji Yugo and Nai are standing out front. Kiryu Moeka is with them. The Rounders, who killed Mayuri on another world line. Nai hides behind her father when she sees me, like usual.
そうそう。紹介しとくぜ。
Though I much prefer that to her going crazy and stabbing Ocarina in the arm. Tenoji indicates Moeka with his chin.
今日からうちでバイトすることになった子だ。
That's funny. Moeka bows her head. She's silent as always, but at least she's not holding her phone. I guess that's some improvement.
見ての通り不
At
愛
least
想な
she's
やつ
also
だ
not
な。
holding a gun.
よろしくやってくれ。
よろしくも何も。指圧師とは顔見知りですよ。
指圧師？誰だそりゃ。
I point to Moeka.
シャイニングフィンガー。彼女の能力名です。
Tenoji and Moeka ignore me completely.
前にヘンプロの仕事で IBN5100 を一緒に探してくれた。
I got a thank you email from her during my stay in the hospital. That email helped me figure out our relationship on this world line.
ああ、例の幻の PC ってやつか？見つかったのかよ。
Moeka shakes her head.
ま、都市伝説みてえなもんだからな。
モエカはなぜブラウン管工房でバイトを？
Did Tenoji tell her who he is? I thought Moeka wasn't supposed to know FB's true identity.
私が連れてきたんです。
Her voice still creeps me out a little bit. Nai speaks up in a tiny voice.
それでお父さんに紹介したの。
なるほど。お見合いか。
Uh-oh.
バカかてめえ。俺が愛してんのは苗とブラウン管だけなんだよ。
お父さん。
それに苗が連れてきたんじゃねえ。正確には転んで怪我してた苗を解放してわざわざここまでついてきてくれたってわけだ。
モエカにそんな親切をする性質があったとは。
で無職だっつうからそんなら娘が世話になったことだしうちで働けって話になったわけだ。まさかうちの店でバイトを雇うことになるとはな。
Really?
前にも雇っていたじゃないですか。
あ？何寝ぼけたこと言ってんだ。うちはこれまでバイトを使ったことなんてねえよ。
Ah, of course. The Suzaha who worked here was the Suzaha of the Alpha World Line. The Suzaha who came from a future ruled by CERN. The current world line is a different future, so she didn't come. The time spent here never happened.
ま、そういうことならよろしく頼むぞ、モエカ。
This is the perfect opportunity. I take a pen out of my pocket and hand it to Moeka.
これは？
いきなりナンパか？うちのバイトに手出してんじゃねえよ。
ラボ面ナンバー005の証であるピンバッジだ。いつでも2階にある我がラボを訪れるがいい。
Moeka stares at the pen in her hand.
ただし IBN5100 を探すのにはもう二度と付き合わないからな。
つれねえやつだな。手伝ってやれよ。
断る。この俺は忙しいのだ。
Catch the attention of the Rounders again? No thanks. Besides, the three of them are better off if we never find an IBN 5100. I end the conversation with a shrug and head to the stairs.
岡部君。
Moeka calls my name. I turn back to see Moeka smiling, ever so faintly.
これありがとう。
あ、
The hatred I once felt towards them is gone. I forgave Moeka and Tenoji both. Now that I've destroyed her time machine, we can go back to being good neighbors. I won't pry into their secret lives, and I won't attempt to fight them either. It's all up to them, However, the affection that Nai showed towards Moeka brings an undeniable warmth to my heart.
Consider it an open invitation to our humble lair.
Thanks. That's very kind of you.
And we're back here again. Right as I walk into the lab, I'm greeted by the chiming of a microwave oven. Mayuri smiles brightly as she takes her juicy chicken number 1 out of the microwave. Oh, I love that so much.
もしかしておかえりとおかりんを合体させたのか?
Oh, you better believe it. Then Mayuri holds out the steaming chicken. I accept the gift of chicken and pop it into my mouth. I guess it's because I've had nothing but crappy hospital food for a month, but it's so delicious I want to cry.
その電子レンジはどこで手に入れた?
We disassembled the phone wave, name subject to change weeks ago.
ああ、それは僕が手に入れたんだお。
Daru pops up out of the development room in all his rotund glory. I wonder if he's making a new future gadget.
買ったのか?
拾ってきたに決まってんだろ、上皇。直すのに苦労した。ちょっ
と古いけどね、まだ十分使えるよ。
さすがスーパーハカー。その調子で次の未来ガジェット作りも頼むぞ。
それよりオカリン、ひどいよ。
What are you so mad about? I didn't do nothing to Lukako.
今日どうしてマユシーに一言も言わずに退院しちゃったの？マユシーとダル君で病院に行ったら、もう退院しましたって看護師さんに言われちゃったんだから。
ナースエロかったよ、ナース。僕がオカリンの代わりに入院したかった。
All you gotta do is get stabbed by a crazy guy.
マユリ、お前は俺の保護者になったつもりか？ずいぶん出世したな。だが勘違いするな。お前はあくまで俺の非保護者だ。
おしめのお世話もしてあげたのに。
I couldn't move at all after the operation, so my mother and Mayuri made the great effort of coming to care for me. Especially Mayuri. Even though it was her summer break, she visited me every day. I'm grateful for this childhood friend of mine, from the bottom of my heart. She's a ditz, to be sure, and she seems like she always needs some... Whoa, my voice just went all like country there. She seems like she always needs someone to look out for her, but she's actually quite tough for her age.
幼なじみの女子高生におしめの世話してもらうとか。羨ましすぎだろ、マジで。それなんてエロゲー？
Yeah. I think Daru needs to die for a bit. I bought Mayuri on the head.
今度、ジューシー唐揚げナンバー1を買ってやる。
ほんと？ありがとう、オカリン。頑張ってお世話してあげた甲斐があったよ。
I breathe another sigh of relief when I see Mayuri's innocent smile. Mayuri is still alive. I've seen her die countless times. Though the events of those world lines have been undone, my struggle to escape them was not in vain. If the same thing were to happen again, what would I do? Would I accept her death this time? Or would I try again to save her, even if it meant building another time machine? There's no way to know. The future is undecided. But for now, Mayuri is here. And that means everything to me.
ほら、これ。
I give Mayuri and Daru their pins.
わあ、かわいい
お
ね。
お、ついに完成したん。
Mayuri pins the badge to her chest and shows it off with a pirouette.
これから毎日つけておかなきゃ。そうしないとラボに入れてもらえない
Nobody really made that rule, but whatever.
でもオカリン、マヨシーはこのピンバッジのデザインを見せてもらった時から一つだけわからないことがあるのです。
なんだ？
文字が書いてあるでしょ？ OSHMKUFA2010 って岡部、椎名、橋田、それと漆原、フェイリス、ここまではわかるんだけどね。その他の M と K と A って誰のことなの？
M for Makise, K for Kiryu, A for Amane. But the current Mayuri wouldn't understand. Those three were lab members on a world line, undone and forgotten. I haven't told Mayuri or Daru about them. They wouldn't believe me, even if I told them, especially about the last initial, A. I mean, how do I tell Daru he's going to have a daughter? I can just imagine his reaction.
僕の嫁となる人は誰なんだろう。ロリ顔の貧乳で、髪は金髪ツインテールで、性格はツンデレで、デレモードの時はすごく甘えてくるエロい子っていうのを個人的に希望。
That would pretty much be what would happen. He'd say something gross like that, no doubt. I remember. As I lay dying in the time machine, Suzawa gripped my hand and said,
そこに到達したらきっと私は消える。ここでお礼を言っておくよ。ありがとうおじさん。死なないで生きて。
Just as she predicted, Suzawa vanished the moment we returned to August 21st. Right before my very eyes, the time machine was enveloped in rainbow light and disappeared. She was smiling as she faded away. That was proof that I had reached Steins Gate. And that's why I don't mourn Suzawa.
でさ、きっと7年後に会おうね。
I don't know what the future will bring. There's still the possibility that Daru won't get married, that Suzawa won't be born. But still, I believe that in 7 years we will meet again. And that's when I will give her this pin, her birthright as lab member 008. Until then, I'll keep it in a safe place. I aimlessly head out to town, alone. I want to get a better look at the Steins Gate world line. But try as I may, I can't find anything drastically different. Way back when, Ferris's D-mail erased the Moe shops from Akiba. That time, it was obvious that the world had changed. But not so much this time. I feel unsatisfied, so I look up at Radio Kaikan. Obviously, there's no satellite stuck in the roof. It's open for business as usual. When I arrived on this world line, right after I saw Suzawa disappear, the first thing I did was ask Mayuri and Daru a question. Have there been any murders at Radio Kaikan? As they panicked at the sight of my blood-stained body, they answered that no one had been murdered at Radio Kaikan. As we waited for the ambulance to arrive, I had Daru call up the news on my phone. They were running the story about Nakabachi's flight to Russia. This time, Nakabachi looked terribly agitated. His eyes were bloodshot. He was yelling, spraying spit everywhere. His appearance was strikingly similar to how I last saw him in the hallway of Radio Kaikan. To me, his unintelligible rambling was evidence of Operation Scold's success.
こんなバカなことがあるか。人類の未来に関わる重大な論文が燃えてなくなってしまったのだぞ。悠長にインタビューなどしている場合か。
Doesn't it just make you feel good?
ロ シアン航空は絶対に許さん。あの機に乗っていた乗員は全員ぶち殺してやる。金の問題ではない。いいか、もう一度言うぞ。人類の歴史を塗り替えるほどの論文が燃えてしまったのだ。くそー、なぜ私はスーツケースを貨物室などに預けてしまったのだ。自分で持っていればこんなことには。
The subtitles read, "What was your thesis about?"
タイムトラベルだ。過去から未来までのあらゆる時空を支配することさえ可能な発明だったのだ。
And of course, without any proof to back that up, he's probably just going to be laughed out. The screen immediately returned to the studio, where a female reporter continued.
などと意味不明なことを話していました。繰り返します。ロシアに亡命したドクター中鉢氏こと牧瀬正一氏がモスクワのドモジェドボ国際空港に到着直後、ロシア当局に拘束された模様です。
Oh man, the revenge.
なお警視庁は7月28日に秋葉原で起きた傷害事件で牧瀬氏を重要参考人として調査中だったとの話もあり、
Call me a crackpot if it helps you sleep at night, but mankind's future was riding on that thesis. Now it's gone. All gone!
Such outbursts are motivating Russian officials to reconsider his defection.
The stabbing of a young man. Not Kurisu, I'd imagine. I don't think anyone's going to listen to Nakabachi now. For argument's sake, let's say Nakabachi manages to recreate Kurisu's thesis from memory. Nothing will come of it as long as Kurisu is alive. The scientific community undoubtedly trusts Makise's daughter, the Makise daughter, over the father, meaning Kurisu can deter any attempts made by Nakabachi. World War III won't break out, or at the very least, it won't be over the Nakabachi paper. I haven't seen Kurisu. Apparently, Kurisu reported to the police that I was stabbed, but at present, there's been no progress on the investigation, as the victim, from their point of view, upped and disappeared. I heard from Daru that no one was murdered at Radio Kaikan. Oh, that's what they're referring to in the news article, was that Ocarine got stabbed, but they don't know who it is. Let's see, I couldn't find a single report of anyone dying in the area that day. Kurisu is still alive, that much is certain, but I haven't had any contact with her since then. Aside from the few words we exchanged at Radio Kaikan, the current Kurisu and I are strangers. Besides, I was bedridden, so it's not like I could have gone to see her even if I had wanted to. Kurisu said that she was supposed to go back to America in August. That was on the Alpha World line, so things may have changed. But what reason would she have to stay in Japan after what her father did to her? I thrust my hand into my pocket. 2 pins remain. One of them is for the lab member 001. That's me. The remaining badge, which belongs to lab member 004, may never reach its rightful owner. But Kurisu is alive, and that's good enough for me. I once chose to let her die. I once killed her with my own 2 hands. But this time, I was able to save her. No one remembers those 3 weeks we spent with Kurisu. No one but me. I will remember. I will never forget. So I don't need anything else. I don't want anything else. Hey Kurisu. I don't know what the future holds. War may still break out. CERN may still complete their time machine. But at the very least, the future is undecided. We're building it now, from the bottom up. Not just me, not just you, but every man, woman, and child. So keep on watching, wherever in this wide world you may be. I'll take out my own pin and fasten it to my chest. I walk through the sea of shoppers, staring straight ahead. I quickly turn around. Just now, in the corner of my eye, I saw her. The girl who shouldn't be here. Her long hair fluttered as she passed me by. There. A familiar figure. I'd recognize that back anywhere. She has stopped too, in the middle of the sidewalk. Slowly, slowly, she turns to face me. It's her. I thought she had gone back to America. It's her. She doesn't even know me.
やっと会えた。
That voice. That face. That hair. Those eyes. Makise Kurisu is standing there, the same as I remember her.
あなたをずっと探していました。あの時助けてくれたあなたをずっと。私一言お礼が言いたくて、どうしてもあなたに会いたくて、本当にありがとう。あなたが無事でよかった。
Kurisu looks so radiant as she tries to hold back her tears. Just when I thought I had finally suppressed it, all of my love for her flows out at once. I'm so happy that I want to cry too. So, to hide my embarrassment, I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ。なぜ彼女がここにいる？俺のリーディングシュタイナーは反応しなかったというのに。何？俺が守れたと？やれやれ。勝手なことを言ってくれる。それがシュタインズゲートの選択か。L、プサイ、コングルー。
I close my phone and clear my throat. I have no idea what to say. She's still staring at me with those wide, pleading eyes. I open my mouth.
また会えたな、クリスティーナ。
いや、だから私はクリスティーナでも女子でもないって言ったろ。
Now, I really have no idea what to say. How does this Kurisu know about that? Those were the names I used to tease Kurisu. She always got mad whenever I used them. They were our bond, our private joke. But I had yet to use them on the day we met at Radio Kaikan. So how could this Worldline's Kurisu know?
あれ？私今ふっと頭の中に言葉が浮かんで、どうして？
It looks like Kurisu is as confused as I am. She stares at me, bewildered. And then, I finally realize the truth. Everyone is reading Steiner. Even if the world line changes, even if the past and the future are rewritten, your memories remain. You've merely forgotten. All it takes is a push, and you can remember. The memories of those lost 3 weeks. The memories we made together.
ようこそ、我が助手、マキセ・クリス。いや、クリスティーナ。
I reach into my pocket and take out the last pin. Nobody knows what the future holds. And that is why, just as this reunion demonstrates, the possibilities are endless. I place the pin in Kurisu's hand. I gently close her hand in mine. And, holding back my tears, I tell her,
これがシュタインズゲートの選択だよ。
Perhaps the universe can't justifiably be called infinite. But the possibilities within it? Different story altogether. That much I've learned. is the choice of Steins Gate.
Ah, it makes me so tingly inside. Oh, well. Oh man, I still feel all tingly. Well, there you go. I think that may have done weird things to my mic right there, sorry. So, let's take a look at extra. We have indeed completed everything now. Of course, we only have 98.16% completed. That's because there are a few small little tidbits of interesting little facts you can learn if you make certain choices in the D-mails, or not D-mails, in the text messages when you're texting people. Depending on what choice you follow, you can occasionally find a little bit of information about somebody, which is why I don't have all of the achievements. But there's our playtime. This is the longest Let's Play I've done as of yet. In terms of actual, like, time it took me to put them out, it's a little bit shorter than I think Tales of Vesperia was for me, but that's because I had a couple breaks in the middle of Tales of Vesperia because of issues. And let's see, I'm gonna be making a final thoughts video. It's going to be a compilation of a few things. It'll be a final thoughts video. It will be a video I'm gonna show off a few of the things I got with the limited edition of Steins Gate, including making a scanning all of the pictures in and stuff, so I can show you guys what's happening, and I might even be able to give you guys a download link if you're wanting a digital version of what I have. Which gives you some neat things. They're really cool after you finish the game. I don't want it to cycle into the demo thing, so I'm clicking around a bit. But it gives you some cool, what do you call it? It gives you some cool bits of information and stuff that you don't otherwise get. So it's a neat background information, and I'll be including that as well. It'll be my final thoughts, and it should be pretty exciting. Even if you don't want to watch the whole thing, there'll still be links in the description. It'll also include a number of Steins Gate related YouTube videos that I found interesting and whatnot. As a final note, I'm going to add in one last clip from the way Nakabachi dealt with Kurisu from the anime. I didn't want to spoil the pacing, so I've saved it for the end. But I really like how it goes. I like how the visual novel did it as well, but I really like how the anime did it. So, you know, your choice on that, I suppose. And finally, I'd like to give my little disclaimer. The anime did an amazing job of representing the visual novel, and as such, if you haven't seen it before, you should really give it a try. If you're anyway interested in it. It's really good. More on that whenever I put up my final video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I think I literally just ran out of hard drive space, so yeah, that'll be fun. I'll just insert some more looping video from the opening. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
You provoked me! Stay calm. Bite the bullet. Just a little more. You provoked me.
Oh!